Mauricio Mejia Live. Entertainment guru, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, author, and speaker. It's Mauricio Mejia Live. Bringing to you real people, real day-to-day life experiences, and real business opportunities. If you dare to step up. Do you have what it takes to take it to the next level and become who you are truly destined to become? Decide, commit, execute. Join the thousands of viewers around the world and become a part of the conversation. Mauricio Mejia Live.
Mauricio Mejia Live, season number 2, episode number 22. It's in the house. Wow, 2, and 2. That's a great number combination right there. That's luck right there. So that means tonight's show is going to be off the charts. So got to welcome everyone again. It's Mauricio Mejia Live, episode number 2. Season number 2, episode number 22. Broadcasting every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on the West Coast and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. That's right. We're broadcasting on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and on Twitch. So we're doing 3 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch, live from our studios in Silicon Valley here in downtown San Jose. So far, we've had some great business leaders, some stock advisors, some fitness and entertainment gurus, and every week we want to keep it fresh and exciting. So again, we bring on some good people on here to share some of the stories. So episode 22, and planning on to wrap up season 2 with episode number 30. So again, it's my pleasure tonight to have a not only a performer, but a music artist and a music producer, but even bigger and better, I someone that's local and someone that is grassrooted here, but yet his sound sounds worldwide. So he's an accomplished music producer with more than a decade of experience in the industry behind the scenes as well. Justin keeps it up in front on the microphone as a solo performer. So it's with pleasure to bring on my boy over here, Justin Engel, in the house. Justin, what's up, man?
What up, Mauricio? What's good, homie?
I think everybody's relaxed, man. This short week is just crazy. We're already Wednesday, man. It's already
right.
right, man.
Never a dull moment, man. We live in the Silicon Valley, so everybody got a main gig and probably about 5 other side hustles. So we stay busy.
We got to here in Silicon Valley. One of the things that I've always promoted to people, and I do that not just here, but when I speak to others, is you got to have multiple forms of income. You got to have your basic income, which is your runway that takes care of all the bills. And then you got to have all your different other verticals, and you can call them side hustles, whatever you want to call them. But I just believe that you got to have multiple forms of income if you want to be truly successful, because we know a job ain't going to get you nowhere, but make someone else wealthy, and not only that, but sometimes I believe that a job can be a dream crusher, man. If you get stuck in that mindset, so. Definitely, got to take it to a whole different level. And for me, 5 lanes, man. I got my staffing, my development, my Punch King with Bump Box. I got my Latin Live media company. And then I got my 5th lane I just started, and definitely recruiting a lot of people that I want to mentor in there. Right now I started with 5, and it looks like it's already outgrown itself. But again, continuing to give back to the community and so forth, man. So
that's right.
So my journey's been nonstop.
yeah, me too, man. We got to do that. It's all about those revenue streams, man. And I think 5's a good number for sure.
Yes.
Day hustle. I got the record company on the side. I'm running my own, individual solo artist career. I'm a member of a band. I got my own merchandise line. The list goes on and on, man. We just try to stay grinding, stay busy. It's necessary.
And you might wonder, like, man, why does Mauricio want to have me on the show and so forth? And a couple of things, man. You definitely caught my attention. Your music. You've been grinding on your music, and obviously, it's just a matter of time. it's all about timing. And you can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I was in the entertainment industry for 25 years in the nightclub and concert industry, dominated that industry for many years. And interestingly enough, it was, as I got older, I got better. My skill set got better. I started to master the craft of putting events together. And how I knew that I was mastering it was by, one, obviously sellouts. People are going to your events if you're selling out, is because you're producing a great event.
Yeah.
And two was the smiles that I saw in people's faces. It wasn't just. It started even when it was younger, when I did the all ages. Then I graduated to the 18 and over. Then I graduated to the 21 and over, and then I went to the upscale, the ultra lounge feel. And at all of my events, I can say that 98%, because I won't say I hit 100 all the time, but 98% of the time, I saw smiles and people had a good time. And even the people that didn't have a good time, I corrected it and turned it around to make it have a good time. So, I was always trying.
The way I look at it, that's what it's all about, man. It's all about service to the people. Because like even what I do with the band, like you would think it's about self-glorifying. Look at me. It's really not. It's really, we're just like a DJ, but we play the music live. We're doing cover songs. We sneak in some originals here and there, but really it's for the people. And for me, like you just said, a successful gig is when we pack it wall to wall and everybody's smiling, everybody's dancing, everybody is having a great time. It's not about me. It's actually a selfless thing. We're providing an environment for people to catch a vibe. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's always been about. As a matter of fact, like even with the band members, we celebrate it when we see that we got a successful gig. Right. Everybody's rocking. We love it, man. I mean, that's what we're doing it for. It's not for self-glory, man. It's for the people, man. We're trying to give them a good time. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that vibe and that feeling, because as a promoter, when I started as a promoter and then graduated into the ownership and operator, at the end we're servicing people. We want them to have a good time. We also know that in order to get top dollar, you got to provide a very high level or very quality level service, so that way people don't feel like, oh man, I got gypped. What?
Like it's a money grab. It's a cash grab or something. Yeah.
So for me, I consider a promoter or a owner operator of a venue an artist in his own way. Why? Because we got to program. We got to program the venue. We got to program the music. We got to give the vibe. There's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't see. Even as an artist, you know that for a fact. Hey, a microphone goes out or something goes out. Nobody knows it. Only the band members know what the hell's going on.
Exactly. But you know what? That happens every gig. There's something. It's without fail. Every gig, you got to have a contingency plan. Something's wrong. Something didn't connect. Something is not working, and we got to make that transparent to the audience. They can't really see that because that chain reaction never stops if they see the vibe is off in any way.
That's right. So Justin, tell us, how'd you get started in music, man? We're gonna go with the very basics. And why? Because we got I got an audience out there from visiting us from all around the world. We're broadcasting here on the West Coast at 6 o'clock, 9 p.m. on the East. We also got people that are visiting us from all parts of the world, Central America, Mexico, South America. To all our people out there listening and watching. For us, this is really to inspire others as well, because you're an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, you're an entrepreneur as well. Your lane though is entertainment, is music. It's providing that, and that requires you to have business skills. So part of the show and why I do this is because I want to be able to inspire and also show that if we could do it, anyone else can do it that's in this lane. It just takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And then action, not a lot of lip service. It takes a lot of action in order to make things happen. So share with us.
And like you said, a lot of that is behind the scenes, and people don't really see how much grind goes into even the independent artist that isn't hugely commercially successful. Just a little bit of shine they're getting. It's all manual. They're all putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for me, my passion to get involved in music started at a young age. I'm not gonna completely date myself and say my age, but you know, I'm getting up there and I'm okay with it. But you know, I started when I was, you know, early teens, maybe. Actually, the passion hit me when I was actually pretty young, like more like 12. You know, and it was funny because I was fortunate enough to have a friend in the neighborhood. A friend moved into our neighborhood. We lived in like a little townhouse apartment complex, and it just so happened his big brother was like a DJ music producer. And at this time, again, I'm like 12. You know, I'd go over to my buddy's house and play Nintendo, but he'd be upstairs with an artist working on songs in the room, and I'd just be mesmerized. I'd hear the process, and I'd go up and knock. Can I see? Hey, I got to rap. And they'd be like, all right, kid. That's cool. But you know, long story short, dude went on to make a name for himself worldwide. He has, you know, platinum plaques on the wall. And you know, this was what sparked that fire in our neighborhood, you know. So what ended up happening, he ended up, you know, signing some deals, making moves. He ended up moving to LA, and he ended up selling his keyboard, the main keyboard you make the beats with, and he sold it to another neighbor. So it was like a prized piece in the neighborhood, you know, to have this guy's his drum machine. So we would hang out and make beats and stuff, and that's really where it started. You know, the first beat I made was on dude's hand-me-down, you know, keyboard. And you know, this was our neighborhood. This was our people. This was, you know what I'm saying, our friend circle. And, you know, it kind of set in from there. And, you know, eventually one thing led to another. And, you know, other people have the equipment and you can't really make it. You're relying on them. So eventually I started making my own music, you know, started acquiring my own gear and just trying things. I never had no formal training on it. You know what I'm saying? I just figured it out. And, you know, that was maybe that unconscious competence to just figure that stuff out. But then I went on to do some schooling and learn some stuff about production. And,
I think that's talent. And, you know, it's something that we trigger in our as we're during our upbringing. Something triggers it, whether it's family, whether it's a friend, whether it's the streets. I mean, for me, the street hustle was triggered from me growing up in the streets. I could have gone, you know, many directions growing up in the streets of LA. I could have gone down the gang route. I could have gone down the drug dealer route. I went down the hustling route of passing out flyers for nightclubs, and at a young age. And that's really where I got my start. You know, did I see all of the other stuff? Absolutely, I saw it, but it wasn't appealing to me. I knew that I had a bigger calling for myself. So for me, it was about, you know, just taking it to a whole different level. So I can feel what you're saying, you know, about not having all the resources, but yet you were driven by your passion and your love for the music and for seeing the smiles of all the people that you affected, you know. So
and at first it really was like falling in love with the process of making a record. And the funny thing is, even all the way back to like 14, 15, a familiar name that you know, that's when I linked up with Isaac, man. Isaac Barrera was like, hey, my mentor, bro. Hey, check it. He had a recording studio and we used to, you know, rent studio time there. And the thing is, I'm ambitious, man. You know what I'm saying? I see cats doing what I want to do. I'm not the hater type. I'm like, hey, let's link up. You know what I'm saying? So even back then I went, hey, Isaac, what's up? What's good? You know, I chopped it up with him. And I was like, man, you know, when you got to go work your day job, your studio is just sitting there. Why don't you train me and I'll run clients while you got to do your day job, and we can make this money and I can learn this shit. And, you know, at first he kind of like, you know, Isaac's like, you know, and he tells me, no, look what he tells me.
Hey, Isaac, why you being a hater, Isaac?
Nah, he's not. He showed love. This is what he told me.
I'm kidding.
This is what he told me.
I got to throw a little jabs. You know, him and I got we got a little love rivalry going on over here, you know?
For sure. No, that's the homie, man. That's big bro right there.
We're gonna have you perform at the right before the show, and then after the show, you can sing the winning song for me, bro.
Let's go. I'm going in. I'm down. It's all good. Hey, but you know what? It really worked out because this is what he told me. Isaac was, and I was just like 14, 15. He said, "Look, bring a notepad, show up to one of my sessions, and if you're for real, you got questions, you're gonna take notes. I'm gonna show you some stuff.
Ooh,
And I
damn,
showed
that's
up.
powerful.
Hey, bro, I showed up with a notepad, bro, and I was just like eager to learn. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he put me on, bro, in a real way. And you know what I'm saying? We developed a dope relationship from that point.
It's a trip when you look back and you wonder and you see where it all started and then who the players were that triggered that turned on that switch, right? That because somebody had to turn it on or someone had to give you that break.
Exactly.
Someone had to believe in your talent in order to give you that break. And, you know, that's dope. I mean, because, you know, I had Isaac on the show and I had Carlos on the show. And these guys, I learned a lot from that show because they actually cracked themselves open and really opened up and shared with the world how they, one, came together and two, how they developed their friendship, their partnership, and then developed one of the hottest ultra lounges here in the Silicon Valley. Yeah.
Period.
So we had a fun conversation. You know, we threw a little couple jabs at each other, but it's friendly competition, just like artists. You know, artists look at other artists and then they try to like one up everyone, and it just keeps us sharper. You know, there's that saying, iron sharpens iron, man, and we just gotta keep pushing, man. So
yeah, that's real, man. That's real. And you know, that's really what it does, because you know what? This is one thing, though. You could rely 100% on your talents, and it can get you far. But a lot of it is science. There is some knowledge to be learned. And a lot of what I learned working out of that studio was the engineering, the actual harmonics, the acoustics, the you know, the audio engineering part. And a lot of people don't know Isaac's an actual audio engineer. You know what I'm saying? And he handed that game down, and it, you know what I'm saying, it helped me tremendously with just my sound quality. Because like with music, if people can't get past bad sound quality, they won't even get into the core of your content, because they can't, because it's harsh on the ears or whatever. You know, you got to get past.
It's harsh on the soul, my brother. It's harsh.
Like if it hurts to listen, then nobody's gonna listen very long. You know what I'm saying? So you got to try to smooth out the edges. You know what I'm saying? You need an engineer for that.
A lot of people put out music out there, they just don't know the process, and eventually they'll learn the process and get it through. And I always believe that the mastering is really where all the magic happens, because that's where you really just master the sound. Now I'm looking at where you're broadcasting from, and you got a couple instruments back there. I mean, it looks like you got a cello back there, bro.
There's an electric cello and an acoustic cello. Yeah.
All right. Anything hooked up to the speakers that you can give us a little sample of anything?
Not at the moment. I mean, it's all powered down right now. Actually, my girl is the cello player. She also plays a little guitar, South American guitar. But yeah, she's pretty dope on the cello.
I think that's a sexy sound, man. That and the saxophone, man. It's a and then the trumpet too. There's an artist that I work with, Rico DeLargo. You know Rico probably. He's out of San Diego now, and we've had him at a couple of our events. He came out to Myth a couple times, and last time we brought him out was to our Detox Sundays party at the Fairmont, and it's just dope when you have a trumpet player playing over house tracks, or you have like like some kind of strings, you know, going along, or a saxophone.
Yeah, any of those live instruments, man, just add a layer of just energy. You know what I'm saying? The saxophone, when you pair up a saxophone with the trumpet too, they sound mighty, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man!
Shout out to 55 South, Lionel, Bernard. Good.
And we got people that are in here. You got Charlene. I hope I pronounced Charlene Burns in the house. I don't know if you see the comment section on your right hand. Do you have a comment section? You can see people tapping.
Yeah, I see it now. I see it. I clicked on it.
Lazaro the King. All right, what's up? I like that.
Okay.
You know, Isaac Barrera in the house. Here you go.
There he is.
There he is now. He needed to jump in.
Sensei, what's good?
Hey, what's up, bro? Hey, I got the band for the fight. Don't worry, I got it already covered, man. We're good. I love Isaac. So yeah, man. So let me ask you: was music a big part of your family?
Well, not creating, but listening. So actually, the funny thing is, when I started linking up with the neighborhood friends and stuff, and we started making beats and stuff at the homie's garage, I'd bring stuff home. And my mom would be like looking when I say, "Oh, I made this." She would look at me like a kid that traced a picture and said, "Look, I drew this," and be like, "Who made that? Who made that? You don't got it. How did you make that?" And I'll be like, on Sid's keyboard. I mean, you made it. And so we had, we enjoyed music, but nobody in the family really made music. So it was a little bit. It threw people off that, what I'm saying, I was making music. To be completely honest, Pops even told me, boy, you got to work with your hands. You got to get a job, and that's a hobby. That's for fun, And I'm like, yeah, I got you, but it's just that we didn't have that in our family like that.
It's crazy when you think about the way parents brought us up in the past versus the way parents. I mean, I'm looking at parenting a lot different. People should be parenting a lot different today versus what they did in the past,
Right.
Because you just gave a great example of a parent saying you need to go work with your hands.
Yeah.
And I had a mentor at a very young age. She said, "Son," he looked at me and said, "Son," he goes, "Do you want to be the hands that does the work, or you want to be the brains that controls 100 hands?"
That part, brother.
I mean, that you didn't have to tell me. I mean, I already understood it in my mind at a young age, and I realized that that's where my mindset was. So ever since from childhood, developing myself as an entrepreneur has always been. It's just been. I just turned 45, man. I'm not ashamed of my age. I love where I'm at in my life. I celebrate it. When I thought of it, I started my first business at 15. To think at 45, 30 years later, man, I'm celebrating the fact that I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I've had a job once in my life, and that was in college. I was a server, and God, I did it for 30 days, man. It was the most, for me, my experience was the most horrific experience. But I also learned a lot, and it also added character to my mindset. So it was, it's bananas, man. Really quick, yeah. Isaac wants me to ask you something. Jay Rilla.
Oh, man.
Jay Rilla. Who's Jay Rilla here? He
okay.
He wants you to tell the story of Jay Rilla. Here we go. So
it's really simple. You know what I'm saying? As we try to find ourselves through our artistry, we go through many names. Hey man, I'll be real. Before it was Jay Rilla, it was Mac J. It was Young J. It was I don't know. I probably had all kind of crazy stuff. We had a group called Players Inc. and I was Young J. And my homies used to say, my lyrics were super real, so they called me the Rilla. You know what I'm saying? And then eventually it just turned into Jay Rilla. It was Jay the Rilla. And then it turned into Jay Rilla. Matter of fact, Isaac dropped the because I did a deal with them. We did an album back, I think I was 18. I signed to him and Carlos. They had Third Avenue Records. They signed another artist named Prozac Turner. And I was the other artist that did a deal with them. And we dropped and it just turned into Jay Rilla. That, as you could guess, around that era, there was a lot of confusion with Ja Rule. Motherfuckers was like, is that Ja Rule? Like, nah, fool, it ain't Ja Rule.
Hey, that's actually what I thought when he put that. I was like, did he put Ja Rule? I was like,
yeah,
no, it's Jay Rilla.
So, this next wave, because I kind of took a hiatus from music for quite a while and just got my grown man stuff together. And, I had a family, I had kids, I got married, since divorce. But, I kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit. So when I got back into it, I figured I'd kind of come anew, use my actual name, Justin Engel, you know what I'm saying?
Powerful, bro.
And
powerful.
Just like really, it's no gimmicks. It's none of that. It's just me expressing, you know what I'm saying? Everything I make at this point is like an entry into my time capsule. Like I'm leaving something that's real and raw for, my kids to check out when they could always look back at some old records and see where dad's head was at, you know what I'm saying? Right. What I was into it. It's really, that's all it is now, is a time capsule entry.
I love the track you did out in with Drex Lee out in Miami, bro. That track is fire, okay, bro. That and then the other one you did, the one where you guys are all doing the hookah inside a myth. I mean,
okay, bro, that was a little mixtape joint right there. Hey, and then the other one was Staycation. Was fun.
So both, I mean, all three of those songs were, and that's really where you caught my attention with your music, because why? As we've gotten older, our taste in music becomes a little bit much more it's different, man. We get a different taste of music and styles, and you know, when we're younger, we want the and or we want the real dope shit, like the Biggie Smalls inside the club, you know, or Snoop Dogg. You know, the world's changed and the music has changed along with it. So when you popped out that track, I mean, I can relate to Miami, bro. I love Miami. For me is second home, man.
My favorite.
Hey, I go to Miami and I just you got to really pull me back. Like I don't want to come back home. I'm just like, really? Do I got to go back home? I'm like, why? You know, like Miami's just a whole different world. But I love that vibe. I love the yacht vibe. I love that lifestyle. Is what we're all about, and that's what I even told Drex. I'm like, yo, man, we got to shoot a video in San Francisco Bay on my boat. Hey,
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So the weather's good now. We got to invite Isaac. We got to invite some friends. You know,
I'm ready, man. I got a bunch of songs. So look, I'll just put it like this: the album that Staycation was on it's a lot of feelings, right?
Yeah.
I went through a very emotionally heavy time in my life, and I entered it in my time capsule. It's called The Divine Project. It's an album, but it was a lot of feelings. This next album I'm about to release, probably towards the end of this year, it's no feelings. It's all vibes. Ooh. So that it's all vibes, no feelings. So, you know, man, it's going out. It's party songs. It's getting lit. It's turning up. It's all of that shit. Oh, can I say that?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. Hey, it's all that.
Hey, we're on the internet here, bro.
What I'm saying is we could get a video just like you said out here, man, from one of these songs on this album. I guarantee it'll fit.
Hey, the vibe that I'm seeing is cruising down the bay, right, and on the boat. We can fit up to 12 people on that mother. It's a sweet. It's straight. It's straight Miami cruising, and then I can see the sunset going down San Francisco Bay, the bridges, you know, blah blah blah, and then going into the night. I mean, just with that sexy vibe, man. I mean, you got that vibe. You got.
I'm with it, dude. And you want to know what? Hey, shooting that video. Shout out to Drex Lee, because hey, we kind of pulled off the impossible. That was the middle of quarantine, bro. The middle of quarantine, everything was locked down. We had to fly everybody out. We had to we got the little Airbnb in Coconut Grove. We had fun, but we really had a hard time shooting that. Like everywhere we went, shut down. You need a permit. So we're like, we're gonna take it on the boat. We're gonna go out to the boat. They limited. Hey, it was a 70-foot yacht. We could only have 8 people on it.
Oh my God! Yeah,
COVID rules.
Hey, did you tell them? Do we want a discount on that?
Man, there wasn't no discount. I'm saying they were hitting the pocket, dude. We had flown out a bunch of the beer because I had partnered up with a local beer company called Staycation. They got a Staycation IPA. Shout out to Hermitage Brewery. You know what I'm saying? Nice. So we were out there in Miami with loads of cases of beer. You know what I'm saying?
I got to connect you with one of my boys. He's in here. My people say we're family. I consider him family. My boy Alex Mejia. He's down in Southern California, and he works with a lot of artists, and he does a lot of music production as well. Man, definitely got to connect you guys, man, because the talent that you got and the talent he's got a nice little raw. He does. I like how he's so modest. He doesn't talk about those artists that he has under his belt, but Alex Mejia definitely's got that ear for it, man. And I know that I know that your songs, the ones that I mentioned, those are hits, man. Those got to be on the radio. They got to be hitting right now in the summertime,
man. This is the hardest thing about being independent, bro. What you just said right there, I get that all the time. And even on this next wave of music, I'm telling you, we got bangers. We got club bangers. We got party songs. We got love-making songs that get drunk to, high to. I'm getting that a lot. But, you know, as an independent, it's all self-contained. We're working with the network we have, with the people we have, with the resources we have. And it's just, I don't even know that I got the blueprint other than I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep putting them entries in my time capsule, and I'm going to keep sharing them with my people. That's it.
So here's how that works, man. That's and you already have it in you. It's just we got to identify it. It really comes down to networking. You already have the outlets. It's just a matter of getting more outlets, you know, and getting the right people to get the music out to the other DJs. Like, again, my boy Alex Mejia, I'm going to connect you guys. Alex, you hear me here, man? My brother, I'm going to connect you with my boy Justin. You want to talk about a network of DJs? Man, we can put those tracks on DJs across the U.S. and even globally. We can get some of those remixed, put them into some house vibes. You know, we know plenty of DJs that are out here that'll flip some of those songs, and next thing you know, you're worldwide, man. Because it's just, I want to say it's that simple and easy, but you just got to have the right network and the right connections. And again, it's not that you don't. It's just we gotta just make it aware. And part of tonight is I don't believe in coincidences, man. I believe that things happen for a reason, and it allows us to share with the world again. You know what I do, what you do, what we do as entrepreneurs, as artists, as businessmen, and as people that are creative. Because again, we have to be creative in order to do the things that we do and that we love to do. I know that you love music, and it's not to you. It's a passion. It's not something that you're going to like. Oh man, I got to go fucking record a song. No, man.
No,
I get to record a song. I'm gonna record a song, and it's gonna be a hit. So, and another thing you mentioned is your darkest moments. You know, you gotta. What I've noticed, a lot of the best songs that I've ever hit come from that pain, from that darkest moment that we've gone through. I know in my life that some of my darkest moments have allowed me to wake up and come out to be the stronger person on the other side. You know, because we process things. I've shared I wrote my book Smoke and Mirrors. Probably one of the hardest things to write was my first book, and it was an autobiography on myself. Why? Because I came out raw. I mean, you want to talk about everything. I mean, Smoke and Mirrors is what I did for 25 years in the nightlife industry. And I had to walk in at 9 o'clock. When I opened up the doors, it was showtime. And it didn't end. Whatever was happening in my life, it was checked at the door, because my responsibility now was to entertain everyone that came into my venue, because people feel energy. People feel energy, man. And you know, it's like music. You know, when you give them that soul and that, it's
an energy transfer. It's an energy transfer, bro. It really is. It really is.
It is. And I always believe music is the universal language of love, and it could be. I mean, whether it's any type of music, it's a form of love, you know, and it's the universal language of it. And again, you know, super excited and proud of the music that you put out, man. I'm looking forward to it, to getting it out and helping and sharing through our network. You know, again, I'll make some connections, and we gotta get your music out, bro. It's middle. That's what's up, man. It's in July. It's in July, bro. We need to get. It's summertime. I got a banger.
Hey, I'm gonna send you one, bro. It's the single I'm releasing for the summer, bro. It's you're gonna like it.
Well, let's get it out, man. Let's get it out to the DJs. Let's get a version of something that we can get out through the network, and then we'll start from there, man. But well, good. Let me ask you. How do you use your music to influence your fans? You know,
so you know, to influence my fans, I kind of don't look at it in that way. I wouldn't use the words influence my fans. I think for the most part, what I'm doing with my music, because I look at it like a time capsule entry, I don't like when someone else tells my story. So what I'm doing is telling my own story. And I'm telling it in a raw, real way, you know what I'm saying? In a way that they ain't hearing. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling the real story.
Right. And so give us an example. I mean, I know what you're saying, but our audience.
So like, for instance, look, like I said, man, that Divine Project album, the one with Staycation as the main single, that was the album I made post-divorce. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if you've ever dealt with that or, you know, walked that path in life, but you know, sometimes it's peaceful, but sometimes it's a debacle. Sometimes it's horrible if the other person didn't want the separation, you know. And when you walk out on somebody, regardless of what your reasons are, sometimes they don't go peacefully, and sometimes their primary objective is to tear you down. Some people don't just say, "Hey, didn't work out. You go your way, I go mine. Life's good. We could be friends." It don't work like that all the time. And in my situation, I got the tear down action, you know what I'm saying? Full on. So, you know, like a song, if you want to check out a song on the album, dog, check out Champagne Dreams.
Champagne Dreams. Love the title already, bro.
Champagne Dreams is man, it's a rock bottom it's a rock bottom song. You know, you just walked out of heaven. And divorce isn't really just about separating with the spouse, man. You know, I have a kid that I love dearly, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes to go it alone, and like, you know, I'm actually role modeling, in a sense, showing my kids, you know, you got to stand up for yourself and stand up for what you believe in. And you know, that champagne dreams ain't just about walking out on a wife and getting all borracho at the bar, dog. It's my kids, you know what I'm saying, and that bond. And if you notice on the album cover, it has the two hands. It's like a rendition of I forget. It's like the Sistine Chapel, like I think Adam and God or something. I don't know. You got to look at the album artwork, but it's actually my daughter's hand in my hand for the album artwork. It was I'm telling you, dude, I can't talk about it too much. I might get a little.
I'm feeling you, bro. I'm feeling you. No. You know, but
you got to check out Champagne Dreams, bro.
You know, there's certain things that when I start talking about, I get emotional. You know, talking about my upbringing, talking about my mom, talking about my sister, talking about, you know, certain things that I went through in life that really have affected who I am in my core, but it's actually helped mold the human being that I am today, the businessman that I am today, the person that, you know, I've learned a lot as well growing up. You know, I always tell people there's two versions of Mauricio in the second part of my life, which was post 2008 Mauricio, when I was in the club business hard, and then there was pre 2008 and then post 2008. Pre 2008 Mauricio, I was on top of the world. I thought it was forever. You know, Ferrari, fucking loft, baby shark in a fish tank. You know, I was just sick. I was
I like it.
It's exciting, YOLO. Right? It was straight YOLO. Now, I've never been married in my life, but I did have a relationship, and I do have, you know, not a lot of people know, but I do have children. I got 3 boys here in the Bay Area. I don't talk much about them because I don't like to turn on that target on myself.
Same.
You know, because the minute I do that, then you know, people start to create their own opinions without knowing the facts.
And so, that's exactly right.
So I steer away. I have a beautiful older son who goes to Bellarmine. He's 16 years old. He's going to be 17. I have a beautiful, you know, I have a what do we want to call him? Biracial. You know, my ex she was African American, so I have half African American, half Latino. I have 2 boys with her. Amazing boys. You know, one's an amazing athlete, and another one's he's a young baby, and you know, unfortunately, you know, I just the relationship as adults just didn't work out, and those have been some of my very darkest moments in my life, because as much as I want to work things out to provide a better life for them as they're growing up, it's tough. But what it has done, though, it's given me the rocket fuel to build this empire. Right, whether it's a business empire.
That's exactly what it serves as the motivation. And like you said, the fuel, bro. Yeah. That's the reason.
There you go.
That's the purpose.
That's the purpose.
There's nothing better than a purpose-driven human being, bro.
Amen, man. Amen to that. And that's what it boils down to me. For me, is that gives me the fuel that I need, the purpose, in order to catapult myself and continue to move forward. Why? Because that one day when we do have that conversation, it's like, boys, I've built this while I wasn't around in your life. I built this empire. Now you guys have 2 choices. You can either run with it, and I can hand it off and really show you where all the mechanics of it, or number 2, you don't have to accept it, and that's okay. We can just work on the relationship and, you know, work the things out. I know what it was like to grow up with just a single mom, no father in my life, and I know that as I got older, again, we're talking deep moments here, because
it's true. That's what I'm saying. That's where I take it. On that album, bro, I took it there.
You gotta go deep, and you know, Justin, you never know, brother. That might be the one that takes you to the top. That's the one that breaks out. That's the one that breaks out and gets you that recognition that you've been not looking for, but that you're going to get as a result of all your hard work. you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
Well,
man, I could go I can go
no,
deep too, bro.
it is what it is. And the thing is, I relate to every word you said. And that's why really even, and this is something, I'm still a student of life, man. Like, and I'm learning, you know, from my past mistakes that, you know, anything that I love and I hold dear to me, I do kind of keep it tucked away because, man, you know, people don't cherish and honor the things you love. And a matter of fact, when they find out what you love, they attack it. Like you
That's
just
right.
said, they put a target
Woo.
on it. So when it
Yeah.
comes to, you know what I'm saying, my love life, my children, like I don't really go there too often, you know what I'm saying, with regards to just opening up about it, because I do want to protect those things, man, because that's
Right.
the things that I hold dear to me, you know what I'm saying?
And you made a very very good point right there. It's I'm running parallel with you, my brother. I'm when it comes to my personal life, my personal business, the minute that I show happiness or I show that there's, you know, that I'm moving forward in a direction that someone might not care for, you become a target.
Period.
And with that target then becomes, you're now, instead of enjoying, you're starting to defend why you're doing certain things. And I'm not here to defend why I'm doing certain things, but at the same time, I'd rather keep things close to my chest and move forward in life, because there's a lot of beautiful things that we got. There's so much that we got to experience, man, in this world and this lifetime. So that's, again, I also add that to my rocket fuel, because it's going to get to the point where, for me, in my mind, I'm going to just, and I do it now to a certain degree, but it gets to a point where you're just like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and what you think doesn't matter to me, because you're not paying, you're not contributing to this empire, and at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, it don't matter, because the only thing that matters is my happiness, our
But
happiness,
see,
whatever.
this is an issue that I'm saying is, and it's like, you know, this is humble beginnings. It's no big star-studded celebrity thing, but we to some extent deal with some of that stuff locally. And one
Yeah.
thing, the first thing I try to instill in my kids is know the difference between reality and entertainment. Don't
Woo!
emulate your life, how you talk, how you walk, how you dress based on entertainment. You're gonna look silly. You're
Right,
gonna look silly. There's a
right.
difference. So the thing is, when you become an entertainer, a performer. So the good thing, my youngest daughter, she learned this early because she got into acting. She really was on. She's on TV commercials and stuff like that. So
Nice.
it was one of those things where it was easy for her to understand. Look, this is pretend. This is entertainment. Don't put too much emphasis on fulfilling what you see on entertainment in your real life, because you know at the end of the day, these people got regular lives too, and they need to retreat from it, and they're not always popping bottles and other. It's entertainment.
Right.
So the main thing is there's grown-ups that still don't understand the concept of reality and entertainment. And that's when I say, I even on my new album, I got some lines where I say, you ain't fam, you a fan. You know what I'm saying? You really just gaining all of your perspective off of studying the music and the art and the entertainment. You have no idea who I am as a person in my real life, because I do cherish that and keep it tucked away. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that the art and the music is not coming from a real place, but it's not everything that I am as a human being. It's a small sliver. Bro, 90% of my time, I got a day job, bro. I work in Silicon Valley. I work in tech. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to talk about that. It's boring. Let's talk about the entertainment stuff and the
Right.
band and popping bottles and the
That's
groupies
right.
and the nah. That's like a
Hey,
small sliver.
the guest list. Put us on the guest list for tonight.
Yeah. It's like you can't just take away who I am as a person by watching my Instagram. That's a bad idea.
You
You
know,
know. Now, if you're into the entertainment, that's the place to go. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know. I just say that to say that a lot of people just ain't. You know, you get that target on you because they more of a fan than they are a fan.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
One of my good friends, he told me the other day, we were out on the yacht, and he goes, man, he goes, I need some new haters because my old haters have turned into fans. And I'm
That's
like,
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, and really a hater just is somebody who don't get it yet.
right.
They
Well,
don't get it yet, and they're trying to find a way to downplay whatever. If you're getting some success, they minimize it. You know, they highlight your mistakes and and they put a shadow on all of your successes. You know, it's tough.
I use that as rocket fuel. This morning I did. I don't know if you're aware. I'm opening up a first of its kind here in Silicon Valley, a gym called Punch Kings.
Punch Kings. Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Hey,
I'm trying to get involved, man.
Hey, get ready, man, because and you know what, you can get involved anytime right now. We're looking at a late July grand opening. I'm definitely gonna do a grand opening party. Hey. I might just hire you for a couple of gigs already, man. You know, bring some.
I mean, we got the band. Hey, we've been working, bro. We got 2 gigs this week too. We're gonna be playing. We're playing the Chase Center on Friday. We're playing. Well, it's outside. They're doing a block party at the Chase Center.
Hey, don't matter, bro. You're at the Chase Center. You got to make sure you document it.
They got us on the marquee and everything, bro. I was shocked. Like, oh damn, they're really rocking it. And then we're doing District 6 again on Sunday, and I think we're gonna have some special guests pop up too. So
you know what? I want to come out to District 6, man. It's this Sunday, dude.
We're doing this Sunday.
Hey, I saw the video, the clip of what you guys do. That party was jumping, man.
Man, we've been having some good parties. You know, some of the Sundays are real low key back when it was still social distance. There was tables at a distance. But now that it's opened up, man, it's starting to get sellout crowds, bro.
Now that the pandemic is over,
People are wilding. They're wilding, man. They're wilding out there.
They're like, COVID. What COVID? I'm like, what? Yeah, Mother's Day. You guys got to be careful out there. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm just happy to see that the world is opening up and that entertainment is coming back full strong. I mean, just booming. So I definitely want to come out and check out your Sunday show, man. I just love the outdoor, and I love live music, man. So it's just one of those things that it hits my soul. I always believe live music, it just really just cracks me open, and just like, because I can hear and appreciate the sound, you know, and then the story that's being told behind it. So definitely that's off the hook, man. And again, congratulations that you're able to go out and perform again, because, you know, imagine being locked up. There's some places that haven't been that were never locked up, man. That were only a couple of months. I mean, California was probably one of the strictest, 15, you know, close to 15 months.
Right.
I mean, just put everybody on their head. I mean, there's hotels, restaurants, clubs that are not opening up. Again,
hey, that's why we had to shoot that video in Miami, dog. We couldn't do it out here. We couldn't do it. And then it was on fire, bro. It was smoke everywhere. California was on fire for a minute, remember?
Yeah, it was like, that was some strange times.
It was crazy, man.
I was waiting for the aliens to come next.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, hey, give yourself a round of applause. You survived a pandemic.
Right.
You survived like the end of the world. It really felt like it. It was like, oh, this is it. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Like, for real.
Oh man, crazy times. Well, no, for sure. I definitely want to I'm planning, you know, everything that I like to touch and do, I like to do it big, and I want to do it with class. I just celebrated my birthday party here. And hey man, if we ever want to throw a little private event, little social gathering, I got a beautiful space here in my building. I got a 25,000 square foot building. We can do a little private shindig, you know, something.
I'm with it, bro.
I got plenty of parking here. I've been talking about doing some outdoor festivals here. So we definitely, now that the world has reopened, I want to really start to reach out to my network and say, okay, guys, it's time to turn it up. I mean, the roaring 20s are right around the corner, man. That's the only way that's the only way I can explain what's going to happen is 2020.
Renaissance, bro. It's a renaissance, bro.
Exactly. And a lot of creative minds are exploding. A lot of great things are happening. It's just people got to learn to be a little patient, you know. I mean, if they can be cooped up for 15 months, they got to just and break out, and they just got to be a little bit more patient, because it's coming. It's right around the corner, man. And we just got to be able to start producing and putting some good things together and make things happen, man. So anything else you want to share, man? I mean, damn, we could keep going. There's no rush here. I did have one question.
It's all good, bro. You know, I got some new work about to hit pretty soon. You know, we're gaining traction out there in the Dallas, Texas area. We got some DJs on deck, some radio people on deck. We're making moves. I'm about to push forward with a new single. It is off of my next album. It's called The Night Project. You know, this is kind of part of the branding right here. You see my little lone wolf line. Nice. And this actually comes from, you know, the night that came out of the darkness. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes you gotta go it alone. You gotta really believe in yourself, and sometimes you gotta break away from the pack, and you gotta tap into your inner lone wolf. And you know, the pack is close by, but sometimes, you know, sometimes not everybody is locked into your vision, and sometimes you gotta go after your vision by yourself. You gotta believe it when nobody else believes it. You gotta see it when nobody else sees it. So, you know what I'm saying? We doing this lone wolf thing, but we got a bunch of lone wolves that are coming together. The pack is strong. And
Hey,
we're about to make some moves this summer, bro.
I'm expecting one. I wear large, so you
I
get me a
got
shirt.
you, brother.
I'll
You, man.
represent. I'll represent. You know, and then
I
lately,
got you. You know
man,
what I'm saying? Where the thing is
yeah,
this side, like we got that right there. You got the Justin Engel 262 Lone Wolf. You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man. I love it. You got to do some V-necks too. I'm a V-neck guy.
For sure. Say less.
Special request.
Say less, bro. Say less. It's all about supply and demand. If there's a demand, we making them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's definitely collaborate on that. One of the things that I've been working on during the last couple of months was I started working on building my team, and I started working with a group called Everyday Success Team out of the East Coast. Man, these guys are off the charts, man. So they started helping me build my social media. My Instagram has just fucking blown up. There's still some tweaks that we got to do for the algorithms. My videos are crushing it. And then my still pictures, and I knew this from a long time ago that still pictures don't get a lot of traction as video does. So I mean, I got one video that just popped off 30,000 views. I got another one like today. I had my friends that came in, the Benz girls, the Benz sisters, Kim and Melissa came in here, and you know, they got a beautiful bag. I wish I had a sample in here, but they came in. I said, hold on for a second. Let me do a little quick live. Boom! It's got over 17,000 views already. So
that's what's up.
That's what we
you know
do.
And I'm seeing that because I started trying to shorten. So I do. So if you mentioned you did a book, right? So I'm actually writing a book on the law. I don't really talk about it too much. I try to make more moves, less announcements. But this is one. This is one where if you see when I do some of these coaching videos where I'm just kind of dropping some free game, it's basically like it's parenting from afar. I'm talking to my kids. I'm talking to my nieces, my nephews. I'm giving them some game because I know they ain't getting it nowhere else. They're getting bad information. So I'm giving them some advice. It's really self-growth. So I'm actually working on a book. And what I'm saying, when I do those videos that are actually little pieces of my book, I'm noticing a lot more traction, a lot more. I'm hitting the algorithm. People are vibing. They're commenting. They're watching. The views are going up. Yeah. So I see there is a lot of value in that video.
So we're gonna work together. I'm gonna get my team on your stuff, man. We'll work together. You just got to get a little small budget for these guys. They're I call them my hackers, man. They're just off the charts. I was doing everything backwards. I was doing too many hashtags. I started learning what hashtags to pick, and they started teaching me it and getting me into these groups where. I mean, it really it's paying off now. So everything that I've invested in it is definitely worthwhile. So let me ask you.
We got a link because I mean, I bought books. I'm paying for services. I'm really trying to crack the code, bro, because I know there's information. Just like you said, there's talents. Talents are cool, but there's also science. There's some technology and some technical stuff you got to learn.
It's a science.
It's science. That's what I'm saying. I know it. I know it.
I'm gonna send you my link. I'm gonna get you. You got to sign up on it, man. And then we'll get you going. I'll tell my boys that we're partners, and then they'll give you the same love that I'm getting. But that's on another subject.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the things that we talked about earlier when we were backstage earlier before the show is, you know, as I was kind of giving you the gist of what I wanted to talk about, and it looked like when I hit that subject, you kind of got like, So I want to hit it though because
let's go. It's all on the table.
It's raw, man. This is what it's. You never know what's going to come out of this, but Quarantine Chronicles, you know, it sounds like it has a political message indirectly to what COVID-19 and the last 18 months put us all through. And we just finished talking about what COVID-19 the last 15 months fucking did to California and the world. Give us, you know, tell us what's the message here, and you know, you want to share with us.
So to strip it down to its core. Really, it was just it was essentially you lock up a bunch of musicians with studios in the house, you're gonna get some music out of it. So it started from that as the core. And you know, I had the studio at my house. I I got a bunch of musicians and artists and rappers as friends, and it started with that. But at the same time, calling the project Quarantine Chronicles was really it was our take on what we were going through. So the thing is, we made that right at the very beginning, at the core of the first lockdown. We just said, hey, let's just start making some songs. Yes. And you know, some powerful stuff came out of that. You know, shout out to my counterparties, my co-producer Uno. He has a song called Mike Brown, and you know, Mike Brown was one of many that suffered the same fate as George Floyd. You know, and really, it says every time you turn around, got another Mike Brown. Police know they messed up before the body hit the ground. And, you know, and really that kind of lets you know, because if you recall, in the height of that quarantine, man, there was a lot of that social justice issues were at the forefront. People were coming out in droves. They were protesting. Yeah. And, you know, that song came out as well as many other. We got a song called Who to Blame. And Who to Blame comes from a place where really it was just that. We were in the beginning of the lockdown. It was 3 MCs on there, me, Uno, and Bennett Roth. And shout out to Bennett, badass musician too. We all gave our take on our perspective of what the hell was going on. Yeah. You know, because really, you got to remember, nobody really knew. Was this real? Is it fake? Is it a controversy? Is it a conspiracy? Is it really a virus? You know, I ain't got it. I don't know nobody got it. And then it just started. Oh, wait, so-and-so and them got it. Oh, so-and-so is real, doing real bad. Oh, dang, this is real. You know, we walked through that whole process. And then, you know, the process of who would have thought of such a term, the non-essential worker? That's such a heavy term to say. Somebody in their career choice was not essential to the world. That's crazy. So we touch on that subject on the album. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it does get political, but kind of as a natural effect. We just were talking about the world, how we saw it. We didn't go into it with any kind of you know, we're gonna be political. Yeah. We're gonna be. It just kind of naturally took shape.
It was organic. It went through.
It was organic.
Yeah, I mean, organic. It's crazy to think that when you look back, the things that. I don't want to say, you know, again, there was just so many crazy things, so much information coming out that it was just so hard to make your own, to make any sense of it all, because you were getting hit from the left, from the right, from the middle, from the top, from the bottom, from behind.
And then there was an election year.
Yeah.
Then you get all that political stuff and you're like, what is going on? This is the worst year ever. Like,
it reminds me of the movie, of Zoolander, when the fucking guy comes out, he goes, "What? Doesn't anybody see this? Am I taking crazy pills? I mean,
crazy pills. Seriously, man.
It felt like one of those moments, and I'm just like, you know what? And that's when you have to really quiet your mind, and that's where really mindset kicks in, because you got to quiet that noise, because you can. I don't want to say easily, but you can go down that rabbit hole, or you can do the Matrix, you know, the blue pill or the red pill.
I learned a trick. And I perfected it during quarantine. It's called smoking herb. I smoked a lot of herb to quiet my mind during the quarantine, man. It was me, my dog, and a bong.
I smoked a lot of hookah, bro. I'm a hookah guy. I love hookah.
That's what's up. No, I even got a hookah at the crib during quarantine. I was hookah. I would put herb in the hookah, bro.
Hey, hookah in a cocktail, man. I just, until finally I was like, damn, I'm drinking way too much during this.
Yeah. That's real. I did exactly that process that you just said. I had to like self-evaluate. Like, I need to take more walks. I gotta get out of here.
I started. I got to the point where I would walk out my balcony and I hear the birds chirping and shit, and I was like, like really, the world really slowed down. It just went like, woo, like
it did.
And I was like, and when it went like that, all of a sudden my senses got really high. And
you're instantly alert and aware. Aware.
My clarity went through the roof. And, you know, Justin, I got to tell you, just like you as an artist, you get into a zone and you start to create. And once you get into that zone, man, you're unstoppable. And by the way, Carlos Carmona jumped on. He said, Justin, one of the dopest producers in the Bay Area. Damn, hashtag family.
Hey, that's heavy. That's heavy. Because you know, Carlos got some mighty production skills too. So to say that one of the, I appreciate that, my brother. That's
AKA Papa Bear. Have you heard his new production?
Yeah, no, I've been on it. Hey, matter of fact, I got one that I think I need to work with Los with Carlos to get that vibe out. You know what I'm saying? Because I got like one of those dances, one of those boom, boom, four to the floor kind of kick drum. Hey, I got one of those.
I got one for Carlos. I told him I'll partner up. I want to do the little logo into little teddy bears, and we could sell those. And you know what? Give them, donate for a good cause. But those little that logo is just so sick. I was like,
hey, you just needed the gummy bears. You need to make them edible, and they need to be weed.
Oh man, there's
You're welcome.
Yeah, there you go, huh?
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm still waiting for my white envelope with my percentage, sucker. Anyway, no more freebies for Carlos, because Carlos will take them and then won't kick back.
Damn.
Oh, much love. But going back to the creative side of what happens when you get this clarity is, for me, man, I was ready to publish 2 books. I had my Smoke and Mirrors, and then I had wrote my entrepreneur book, Decide, Commit, Execute. And then I had about 8 speaking engagements that I had set up. I was working at the time, still work with Stedman, and Stedman's become a huge friend, great partner, and we're working on some great stuff in the near future. I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have you perform at one of the events that are coming up, because that vibe would just be like, it just
let's do it, man.
It's got that vibe.
Like, if you got the party people, bro, we will bring the party vibe.
Good, man. Good. So what it did for me was it allowed me, then I created the podcast. I created, I was like, well, shit, what are we going to do for 2 weeks while we're locked up? Right. I'm like, well, I was like, my book was 10 chapters. So I said, all right, it's Mauricio Mejia live every day, from 7 to, it started at 7:00, and every day I read a chapter Monday through Friday. So in 2 weeks I was done. I was like, cool. I was able to, kill off some time. And then they said, oh no, this is going to go for another 30 days. And I was like, what the hell? What am I going to do with my time now? Yeah. I already knew that producing the show every day was already hard work, because every day you got to come up with new content. You got to, you got to you got to do the part, and you got to show you're creating a facade as well, smoke and mirrors of not letting people know that you're being affected by this craziness. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I was like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to do a once a week show and call it Mauricio Mejia Live, and just start bringing entrepreneurs and artists, because I knew these suckers were at home. They had nothing to do.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So we started filling up the schedule, and then season 1 was a success. And then I was like, well, man, let's just start. I took a break during the holidays, and then I rolled out with season 2. And, but now here's the crazy part is, as the world has opened up and as we're now post-pandemic, I'm seeing that the live views are dropping, but the views after, when people get home or when they watch it on their own time, have gone up. Again, there's some science behind all of this. Well, people aren't forced to be home right now. People are out shopping. They're out at restaurants. Restaurants are booming, so they're not stuck at home, forced to be watching what they which they may want to watch later on. No different than people pre-recording recording their shows, and then they'll watch them when they get home late at night.
That's right. It's got to happen on their own schedule. That's why, unfortunately, what do they call it? Cutting the cord. Cable's on its way out, and all those streaming services are on the way up, because you get to watch it when you want to watch it. And instead of just watching an episode this week and gotta wait another week, you could binge watch a whole season in a night. You know what I'm saying?
I've been there.
Hey, somebody can get on a hype and be like, I'm gonna see what Mauricio talking about, and watch your whole season.
Yeah.
They just not sleep. Just be like, what is this cat's talking about? You know what I mean? Just watch all of it. So
they can fast forward if they want to. They can go backwards, fast forward, whatever. They are in control. So anyway, let me ask you, man, as a musician and as an artist, what would be your words of encouragement, inspiration, motivation, or just your true words to a young person, or a person, it doesn't even have to be a young person, man. It could be anybody that's out there that's aspiring to become an artist. What would be what would be your advice to someone?
Well, so seeing as I am still actively on my path, like I can never see myself saying I've made it and I'm done. I'm the man. It's not like that. I'm constantly on my path. I'm on my journey. But first and foremost, I would say specifically to a music artist is work on your craft and work on it some more. It actually requires, you have to be so passionate about it that you're damn near obsessive. You're damn near obsessed by it, mastering it. But one other thing that's also super important, don't get lost in the technicalities of making music and trying to be an artist. Go live life, because that's where the ammo comes from to write. Because what I see a lot of times, and this is what I'm saying with younger artists, they're so caught up in the artistry part, the recordings, the beats, the this, the that them as a person isn't even authentic yet. They don't even know who they are, right? So that part of it gets lost. Go live life, fall in love, fall out of love. Don't be afraid to take risks and go on some vacations and go do some things and meet people and step out of your comfort zone. Be scared to death. Woo. Matter of fact, that's where the growth happens.
Yeah.
You know, be a lone wolf. Follow your passions, follow your dreams, follow what gives you a spark and makes life fulfilling. Go do that. Yeah. Find yourself, but also work on your craft.
Yeah,
you know, and somewhere.
Go ahead.
Somewhere in the middle of it all, you know, you'll find yourself. You'll find your sound, and as you keep putting out stuff, your people and your followers, your fans, the people who like your shit, they'll find you.
Yeah, I was watching a documentary. Man, that's, by the way, fucking that's amazing advice. It's genuine and it's authentic, man. It's because you've lived it, you've been there, and that's really what it's about. We need to continue to share these experiences with others, with the world, because that's the only way that other people will look. Like, I'm listening to you right now, man. Believe it or not, you're actually inspiring me, and you're resonating with me, because there's a lot of things that you're saying that, yeah, you know, I get caught up in the business. I want to, you know, it's no secret, I want to be part of the billionaires club. You know, I've hit some milestones in my life that people can only dream of, and I haven't stopped, but at the same time, I get so like in the zone that I'm missing out on the world. And when I travel out, or when I go do things, I'm like, fuck, sometimes I gotta just like let loose too, you know. I'm like, damn, you know, I mean, it's just
exactly.
And when I do, there's a joy that comes out of me. There's a smile there. There's happiness. My soul just feels like it's being fulfilled. And you know, I completely 100% agree with what you've just shared and shared with the audience out here. And my mom's in here. She said, "Hallelujah!" Damn,
for real.
You were preaching, bro.
For real, hey man. You know, the truth got a ring to it. It's got a certain ring. When you hear some real stuff, it's like it's just the real, man. And it's super important, man, especially for an artist. You can't just get too tied up in the business and this and that, because you're making uninspired work. You know, the key though is to make every single song come from some source of inspiration, something raw, something real. And if you're not getting the life experiences, you're not tapping into that real inspiration. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just food for thought.
Hey, you gave a feast of thought there, man. That's not food for thought, man. And to everyone that's out there watching and listening, man, I this is exactly why I'm continue to do this. And, you know, I always say, oh, this is going to be my last season this year. I got 8 more episodes. It's all, I know once I'm done with it, I'm like, all right, episode number 3, we're going to figure out, you know, or season number 3, we're going to figure out what we're going to do next and how we're going to tweak it and get better. But man, it's just crazy, man. I appreciate again what you have just shared with all of us. Let me ask you, what's next for you aside from your album? I mean, where do you see your trajectory going?
So the first topic we talked about, we were talking about revenue streams. So aside from just a lot more music, because I've been doing a lot of living, and so I got a lot of ammo and a lot of inspiration for music. So aside from that, that's kind of a given. But I'm flexing my legs with my entrepreneurial endeavors. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of partnerships. I got a lot of things coming up. Like I said, I'm authoring a book, man. I'm kind of, make more moves, less announcements. I know, but I said it. I've been working on a book. And I'm trying to take a few more trips coming up soon, because the last couple trips we've been shooting videos, we've been working. So I'm trying to go and actually put my feet up this time and vacate. Honestly, just enjoying the fruits of my labor, because bro, I work hard, man. Yeah. I work real hard, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to mix like the advice I gave. I'm trying to do a lot of living and a little bit of work, you know what I'm saying? And that's just more to come. So we got the merchandise, the clothing, we got Street Genius clothing, we got Lone Wolf clothing, we got GSM Records, we got multiple albums to release, we got Uno coming soon, we got my next solo album is ready. I got 11 bangers. We got Sin. So this we got a real grimy album, we got a street album, we got a nighttime album. Nice. We got merch. We're partnered up with alcohol companies, and we got beers. We're just doing it, man. We're really trying to just flex. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
And there you go, man. So you got your multiple lanes, just like I have multiple lanes, just in different lanes, different focuses. And I believe, like we spoke earlier, for me, 5 lanes is about as manageable as I can get. When I get into 6 and 7 lanes, then I start fumbling, and when I fumble, then I start to lose the rhythm that I got, which would then can create some burden to all my other companies. So I got to stay focused, laser focused on my stuff. So,
and see, I've always had somebody, I don't even remember who said it, but there was a saying where they're like, we got several horses in the race, but a couple of them are our breadwinners. That's right. Like out of all that stuff I just said, in the future, I don't even want this boring, but I got a day job, bro. I got to keep that going too. Hey, so you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of horses in my race, and that one's winning for me.
There you go.
Shout out to Silicon Valley Biotech, baby, because
there you go.
It's got me living lovely. It's got me living lovely. Because really, the music business it's a lot of you're a lot of investment before the get back. But what's got me getting me back is that biotech. You know what I'm saying? And I got to feed that. That's the horse that's been winning the race. So I give it a lot more attention. But look, we got some other horses in the race. We can't forget about them. We got to continue to get them strong and build them up. One day it's going to be a thoroughbred that's going to win.
That's right.
But just because it's not winning today, you got to keep the horses in the race. You know what I'm saying?
Those horses are called dreams. Big dreams, baby.
And that's dreams, visions, inspirations, no entanglements.
There you go. Real quick, by the way, before I forget, because my girl jumped in here and when you mentioned your book, obviously I've already published 2 and I'm working on my 3rd one, but my girl Shireen Rivera's in here, and that's another connection right there. You talk about your book and maybe where you're at. Maybe you just need a little help just to get it to that next level. So definitely make a connection for you. My girl's in here. Amazing ghostwriter and amazing talent, amazing human being all around. And, she's in here, and, I got much love for her. So we're working on my next book, and next book that's coming out. It's, it's going to be the sequel to Smoke and Mirrors. Is going to be called Still Standing, which is going to be
powerful, bro.
If people thought the first one was off the chains, this one's going to be the sequel. So I'm looking at eventually even creating a movie series out of all of this, and therefore,
but your second book you said was called
Decide, Commit, Execute. That's my business book.
That's it. That's the recipe right there.
Yeah. It's
Decide, Commit, Execute.
Yeah, and
that's the recipe.
And the philosophy behind all of that is, in order to take it to that level of wherever you want to be in life, you got to make a decision. Once you make that decision, you have to commit to your decision. And if you have these 2 ingredients, you have to add the 3rd one, and it's action or execution. I call it execution because I want to be extreme about it. So you decide to make a move. You decide you don't want to be poor anymore. You decide that you don't want to be poor anymore. You commit to better habits so that you're not poor anymore, and then you take action.
Execute. Make more moves, less announcements. At some point, stop talking about it, start doing it.
Yeah.
Put the right foot in front of the left foot and keep going that way.
Hey, it works, right? It works, right?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Oh, man. So anyway, man, we could keep going on for hours here, my brother. I want to just say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule, and I know you got different lanes now. I love the fact that you shared with me. There's a lane that I want to share with you, and that's you got to diversify. We talked about it in the cryptocurrency and the foreign exchange world. That's becoming that's my fifth lane. And why my fifth lane? Because it's the furthest away from where it's real showing that winning, but it is a winner. It's one of those thoroughbreds.
I'm in, baby. I've been about that life. Like I said, man, I'm bred in the Silicon Valley, so I go back to cryptocurrency where before you could buy it, you had to mine it. I was mining it. Woo! Come on, baby.
So I know what's good. I got to hear your story then, and I got to introduce you to my boy.
You know what's good. You know what's good. So, we out here doing what we got to do. We got some horses in the race.
That's it.
Some of them winning. Some of them going to win soon.
There you go, man. Well, again, Justin, thank you so much. If people want to reach out to you or book you or your band, where can they reach you? And I'm going to put them up on the comments here. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
So the best way to get a hold of me is directly through Instagram it's a funny name, but I leave it like this because I can't take myself too serious, man. I gotta have some humor. All right, so my Instagram name is Justin Bustin 408.
All right, so Justin
at Justin Bustin 408. That's on Instagram, and I'm on TikTok and all that. I'm just playing around on TikTok. I don't put too much time. Mostly I'm on Instagram.
I just put you on here.
Bustin 408, and then for the band. It's at GTC Band on Instagram, and that's the best way.
GTC Band,
yep. And GTC stands for Good Time Collective. We are a collective of musicians that just want to give you a good time.
Nice. All right, so I put Justin Bustin 408 and GTC Band. Both are on IG. And do you have a website too, or can people look up your videos on YouTube?
Yeah, so the kind of like the home page, the hub of everything I'm doing is through my record company. You can check it out. It's gsmrecords.com. So www.gsmrecords.com.
All right, my brother, we got you. Ooh, so we got three ways to get a hold of you. I mean, there's definitely no one can say that that we didn't give them that contact. If not, you can always direct message me, and I can provide that information again. Justin, man, again, thank you, my brother. Congratulations, good luck. I wish you nothing but mad success in your music career and your business endeavors. If I can ever be of a resource to you, whether it's through my relationships, know that you got me in your corner here, my brother. And I look forward to having you come visit, having you here at the grand opening of my businesses. Again, if we reciprocate, we just create a stronger network and strong
synergy, baby. Synergy.
That's right.
Hey, come check us out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be at the Chase Center on Friday. I believe it's between 3 and 5. The band will be playing. And then again on Sunday at District 6 in San Francisco.
What time does that start? Because I know
that's a day party. It's a Sunday day party, and the band we hit around 1. You know what I'm saying? And we wrap up by about 4. You know,
are they gonna have Bloody Marys? Because I know I'm going out the night before, so it's
it's drink. They got drink. They got food. We got I don't know what DJ is that day, but we've been having all of the baddest DJs, man. The best DJs in the Bay Area have been blessing that Sunday venue. You know what I'm saying?
Anthony Presents has done a great job with that space, my brother.
Badass. Shout out to Anthony Presents.
Yeah,
man, he's the hardest working dude, man. Hardest working dude.
When I saw him, I reintroduced myself. I knew that he had been doing some stuff in the South Bay, but to see that he's managing that space, District 6, it was actually inspiring to me that I wanted to do a District 3 here in San Jose because we live in District 3, and I have access to all these venues and parking lots. And I think that it was an inspiration. Obviously, I wouldn't call it District 3. It'd be it'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Or possibly, I don't know. Wait, just flip
I
it.
mean,
Hey,
it's
it
a
might
good
work.
name.
It might work. It might work. But good
The
job,
Hunger Games.
Yeah, good job to Anthony.
May the odds forever be in your favor.
Anyway, man, congratulations again. Much love and success. Thank you to everyone that showed up today and
sure.
and watched here and commented. People, I can see a lot of comments on the YouTube channel, so I'm going to be going on YouTube and checking out those comments and responding back. Thank you to Isaac Barrera for being in the house, Carlos Carmona for being in the house, Alex Mejia, Michael Ray was in the house, Melissa Bentz, Carlos Rose. My boy Carlos Rose, I got love for that cat, man. Oh, I don't even want to go.
That's my producer. That's Uno.
Oh, there you. Hey,
that's my right hand man, bro.
Hey, Carlos just hit me up, and now I remember. I was like, oh, Carlos, man, I got love for Carlos. You got to ask him the story about when he used to drive my trailer around my mobile billboard.
Yeah, no, he told me. Hey, he told me. I heard that story, dude.
Hey, I was never mad at him. I thought this shit was funny. I played it dumb. I was like. I didn't, and I'm not even gonna say anything here. But
no, I got you.
Hey, it was definitely.
Hey, he produced Vacation, bro. The one that we shot in Miami. He made the beat. That's him on the music.
There you go.
That's Uno, bro. That's Lowe's.
You got a great team, my brother. On your, So we had Bennett Ruth in here, or Bennett Roth. I'm sorry, Bennett Roth in here. Man, we had some people in here, brother. They're supporting. So again, thank you for everyone that was here tonight. Thank you to you, my brother. Good luck. Be safe, and I'll see you soon, man. We're definitely gonna come out on Sunday. Might be the day that I'm coming out, man. If the weather's holding the way it is,
we might have some special guests in the house too, man. I'm keeping it on the hush because I'm not sure, but we might have some. It might be lit.
It might be.
It might be lit. It's gonna be lit, bro.
All right, man. Well, thank you again, Justin, for joining us tonight. We've already got all your stuff for information, and we'll stay in touch, my brother. Thank you again. Have a wonderful evening, man. Cool.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right, my brother. Thank you so much. Wow, what an amazing interview tonight. Justin Engel in the house. Man, great story. Again, I love when I can go on forever and ever sharing our stories. And we did an hour and 23 minutes tonight. Again, just when the energy flows, we just keep going and just enjoy it. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight and every Wednesday night, Mauricio Mejia live, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And next week I got the privilege of bringing. I mean, I thought I was hype, man. I'm bringing on. She's a badass. She's an executive director for a networking company. An executive networking company here in Silicon Valley called M3 Linked. And they have one in Washington, D.C., here in Silicon Valley. They're working on one in Austin. So amazing human being. I didn't know that she had been following me for the last 15 years. I mean, she's watched my growth. And it's just amazing that when we connected, the amount of energy that she shared with me. I said, you know what? You're a boss lady. We got to bring you on the show. We got to share what you do and what you've done. And let's continue to inspire and lift our women up as we continue to move forward in life. So Jacqueline Hernandez is going to be, she's the CEO of Jacqueline Hernandez and Company. And that's her own business, aside from being the executive director for the M3 Linked networking, executive business networking. And I've been on there three times actually. And all three times I've gotten to meet some very, very interesting people. So again, amazing human beings. So I want to say thank you to all the people that joined us tonight. Again, I do this because I love to share, and it's a form of continuing to show my creativity, and not only that, but the network of people that I continue to network with, do business with, bring on and share their stories, because everyone has a story, and I believe that everyone should share their story. So thank you again so much, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. I want to say thank you to my team and to my producers.